Hello all, welcome to Owlwayscreations, where I hope you always get to see some great content. My name is Jeronica, and in today's video I will be doing a DIY Halloween kids hair bow. Without further ado, let's So I'll be doing a Halloween spiked ribbon hair bow for my daughter on 1.5-inch Grosgrain ribbon. Here I cut out 3 6-inch pieces, 2 black, 1 orange, and then I'll be going in with a owl theme. I cut out 2 pieces, 5 inches long. And so I am putting them all side by side next to each other to make sure that they're even as close as possible. At the time, I could not find my rotary blade to make sure the cut was even, and I was using some very dull scissors to make the initial cuts. And then here I also have some 3 8-inch neon orange ribbon, a lighter to seal the ribbon ends, an alligator clip, and a hot glue gun. I am sealing the ends of this 3 8-inch neon orange ribbon with a lighter. You see me tugging at the ends to ensure that the ribbon is not coming undone after I've sealed it with the lighter. So now I am about to make the spikes on the 1.5-inch ribbon. I am just folding the ribbon down at the corner, and then I am going to take the scissors and snip a little off the top. You can see that this ribbon is not currently sealed at the moment. I wanted to make the spikes on the ribbon first and then go in and seal the ribbon with the lighter. And so I'm going to repeat this step again on the second piece of Halloween owl themed ribbon, and then move on to the other 3 ribbon pieces that I have cut out. This step was pretty easy to do. You're just really guesstimating the spikes and making a cut. Here are the other 3 ribbons that I will be cutting. Again, the edges are not sealed. I do recommend when using any type of fabric that you use fabric scissors because they're way more sharper. When I did the initial cut on the ribbon to cut the length of the ribbon, I had used some regular office scissors, which were dull and made the cuts uneven and jagged. With these white and red Frisk fabric scissors I got off of Amazon for $4. So I do recommend, again, with any fabric that you are using, that you use fabric scissors because they're a lot sharper. And so you see me again going in, pinching the ribbon at the edge, and then just taking off a small triangle, giving the ribbon that spike. Like I said, this is not a difficult task. I did do a test ribbon and try to do it like with multiple ribbon at the time. It just did not work out and the spikes were uneven, so I do recommend cutting the spikes individually. Here I'm going in sealing the ribbon with the lighter. I did speed up this part of the video because it's pretty self-explanatory. Lightly hover the flame over the ribbon. You do not want the flame to burn the ribbon. You do not need that much heat to seal the ribbon. And I repeat this process with all of the ribbon that I have. So for this step, I did go off to the side and use my easy press to iron down the middle of the ribbon to make this process a lot smoother for me. When I originally did the test bow and just like eyeballing it, my bow had came out uneven. And so I just put some heat to it to give me that middle point. What you see me doing now is lining up that middle point that I ironed down, and then I am going to be doing a accordion fold. Now with solid ribbons, it doesn't matter which side you fold down because it's the same color on both sides. So you see me pinching the ribbon here, and I'm sorry for the angles, I'm still learning how to use the overhead mount, but it looked like a bow tie here. And what I'm just doing, I'm just making sure that the ribbon is lined up to my liking, and I'm going in with this needle and thread and pushing it through the center of the ribbon. The needle and thread method is probably my favorite method. As you see, the ribbon got caught up in the middle, so I'm just fixing it, making sure that the whole thread goes through the middle. And then I'm going to repeat this step with the remainder of the ribbon. Like I said, the needle and thread method I like it so much more than the hot glue gun method. There's been times where I've purchased ribbon bows for my daughters, and that the ribbon was mainly put together with hot glue, and after a week worth of wear, the ribbon will come undone completely, to the point where I don't know how to put it back together. Definitely for the 3-inch Grosgrain's JoJo Siwa ribbon, or even the, I want to say 2-inch ribbon that I would bows that I would get from Dollar Tree. That will come undone, and then my kids can't wear it anymore. I love just buying them hair bows because all hair bows are different and unique, and my kids really love JoJo Siwa. But I really do find the needle and thread method is so much better and lasts way longer than the hot glue gun method. And so future videos, I will be doing more needle and thread bows. So I'm going in with the last 6-inch ribbon. I'm going to do that accordion fold. I would recommend that you're putting a little heat to your ribbon. Like I said, when I did the initial trial run of making this spike bow ribbon and just eyeballing it, my bow had came out completely uneven. Just with that little bit of heat, it gave me the evenness that I wanted. And yeah, so I'm just positioning the accordion fold to my liking, and then I am going to put the needle through the center of the ribbon. Please be careful when using a needle. Make sure you do not poke yourself. I have done so in the past. It is not fun. So here I am singeing the thread so that the ribbon can bunch up together. And then you also see me working the ribbon around in the position that I want the ribbon to lay for the bow. I also did not do this well when I did the test bow that I made, and so I'm just making sure that the ribbon is positioned to my liking so that it won't come out uneven. Excuse me for yarning. And then I am going to wrap the yarn around the middle of the center of the bows. So I would recommend wrapping loosely a few times around, and then repositioning the bows the ribbon the way you want it. And then I'll be going back, singeing, and then wrapping some more for the secureness of the bow. And then just doing some repositioning, making sure that everything is where I want it to be. And then I am tightening it up. And then I'm going to throw a few slip knots in the back so that I can cut the thread, tie it off, and use the thread for the Halloween owl theme ribbon. And so I am not a skilled sewer when it comes to needle and thread, so I just put the knots in the way I thought was best. So if you are familiar with needle and thread work, you may have a little bit more luck with this than I do. So you see me struggling a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure. I'm so sorry, y'all. My kids are currently asleep at the moment, so this is the only time that I have to record with complete silence. But then you hear my husband in the background yelling. So I'm sorry about that. You also see my daughter has pushed her Minnie Mouse telephone in the camera. She broke it and asked for me to fix it. So I just went in with some hot glue and pieced it all back together. So I am just putting some more slip knots in there to secure the bow. And depending on how confident you are with doing sewing by hand, it really is up to you how many slip knots you want to put in there. I did not count how many slip knots I put in there. I just wanted to make sure that it was just secure enough. So again, I'm going in, doing some more repositioning, and I believe that I like this. And it's to my liking, going in and clipping the thread. I'm also going to reuse this thread to repeat the same process for the owl themed ribbon. So I'm just using the remainder of the needle and thread that I did not use, and just putting a knot in there and setting that to the side. And then I'm also, with the little length that I left on the ribbon, I'm just going to tie a few knots just to be sure that the ribbon is secure and it does not come undone, which I know that it won't, but can never be too sure. And so just going in again, making sure, setting it off to the side. And I'm going to go in and do the same process with the Halloween themed ribbon like I did with the other ribbon. I used the mini heat press and iron the middle of the bow to help me do the accordion fold. Now with printed ribbon, you want to make sure that you are folding on the opposite side first. So where the print is facing down, and then you're going to do the accordion fold back where the printed ribbon is facing outward. So again, just doing the accordion fold, I'm going to make sure that it is as even as possible, so when I throw the needle and thread in the middle, it is as centered as it can be. You also can use this method with hot glue. Like I said, I don't like the hot glue method because it comes undone no matter what bow my kids have had that I've purchased from the store. The hot glue method has come undone on all of those bows that I've purchased before. And of course, like a mom, I still continue to purchase those bows for some reason. So I learned how to make bows myself. So I got the first owl theme ribbon in, and then you see me struggling over here trying to remember how to fold the bow, how to fold the ribbon. making sure I do it right. The last thing I needed was to do it wrong and then having to take the ribbon off of the thread and redoing it, or even recutting an extra piece. So I'm just making sure again that it is folded properly, and that when I put the needle and thread in the center of the bow, it is not uneven. And so it may take you a while to get the hang of this process. Keep trying until you feel like you got it right. Only you know the level of perfection that you want. And so all I had to do was twist the ribbon back around. You see that one ribbon was facing one way and the other ribbon was facing a different direction. And so I'm just pinching the ribbon and making sure that is in the position that I want it to be. And then I am going to go in. I am singeing it a little bit to give it that bow effect. And then I am straightening it out, making sure it is to my liking. And then I am going to wrap that thread around the center of the bow. And then I'm pulling it a little bit tighter. And then doing some repositioning, making sure that it holds the shape that I want it to hold. And then I'm going in the back of this ribbon and doing some slip knots. After I make the slip knots on this ribbon, I do not cut the thread. The next step that I'll be doing is attaching this owl theme ribbon to the main base of the other ribbon. As you see, I got a little caught up with this thread over here, trying to make that first slip knot. Like I said, I am not a skilled expert when it comes to needle and thread. I just know enough to get by. So I used one slip knot on this ribbon here. So I am layering the owl ribbon on top of the black and orange, and then just making sure that it is to my liking, and positioning it that way. I am going to insert the needle through the black and orange ribbons and pull through so that the owl theme ribbon can sit on top. Please be careful with this. I did wrap the ribbon several times and also threw a lot of slip knots in the main base, so it was a little difficult for me to get the needle all the way through with just one push. So I just used the table for assistance. Also I pulled it through with my mouth. I probably invest in some pliers, some crafting pliers to avoid putting things in my mouth. I do not recommend doing that because you can hurt yourself in doing so. Definitely if you have kids or pets running around. So I am going to take my own tip and purchase some crafting pliers to avoid doing that ever again. So now I have the bows stacked on top of each other, and I am going in and wrapping the thread around the center. of the bows and doing the center of the ribbon and doing some repositioning, making sure that the ribbons are lining up. And then just please do take your time when doing ribbons. When you first start out, it may seem a little difficult, or you may not have the patience to do it, but the outcome of your ribbon will definitely be rewarding. So please just take your time when assembling your ribbon, and then just practicing as much as possible. This is only my second spike bow. The first one was the test run that I did, and then I put this one together. So overall, I think it came out pretty decent. But of course, I'm going to continue to work on and perfecting my craft. So I'm just throwing a slip knot into all of the bows. And of course, yeah. Definitely getting those pliers. Yep, so I'm throwing some more slip knots in there, securing the bows together with each other, cutting it, and then I'm going to put some little mini knots in there. My fear is just that I don't want the bow to come undone, so I'm just making sure that the ribbon is as secure as it possibly can be. And so that's why I put so many slip knots and then little mini knots there. There's an extra piece of thread that I'm going in snipping off from the main ribbon base and then the owl ribbon. So I'm just using a little bit of hot glue to make sure all of that ribbon is stuck together. Hot glue is really hot, so I don't know why I put my fingers on there, and it burns. So I'm setting that off to the side. Now I'm going in with the mini alligator clip, putting some hot glue on there, and then using the 3/8 Grosgrain ribbon that I cut out and layering it on top of the alligator clip, so that I can attach it to the main bow. Of course, the glue was hot, so I'm just trying to rub it out without burning myself. I'm opening the clip and I'm going to put some hot glue there on the inside and then fold the excess ribbon over to just, give it some more secureness on the alligator clip. So I'm just making sure that it's, stuck on there together. Then I'm going in with the longer 3/8 ribbon and putting that in the center of the hair bow to cover up the thread. So I'm just positioning it right, and then I'm going in, taking off the excess hot glue that got caught onto the ribbon. I'm wrapping the 3/8 inch ribbon around, and then I am going to use some hot glue to secure it, my daughter, since recording this video, my daughter has worn the ribbon several times and the middle of the bow has not come off with the hot glue, but the alligator clip has come off several times. So I'm trying to figure out a way for the alligator clip to effectively stay without coming off. So if you know of any suggestions that will help, would be very beneficial. Here I am going to use some more hot glue in the middle of the 3/8 inch ribbon, securing it to the main ribbon to finish off the bow. Of course, I'm doing some repositioning, just making sure that it's to my liking. I am a somewhat perfectionist, but you know, this was just a trial run. You see here, I am opening up the alligator clip. And I'm going to add some hot glue there. And putting the excess 3/8 inch ribbon there. So this is one way I thought that securing the alligator clip to the ribbon would work effectively. But this method did not work. Then I'm using some more hot glue to secure the entire alligator clip to the bow. And then just repositioning the ribbon. So I'm going in, cutting off that excess piece of 3/8 inch ribbon, and then just overall looking at the bow, making sure that it is to my liking, and also sealed the end of that ribbon as well. And this is the final bow of a spiked Halloween hair bow. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment below any projects that you would like for me to do, and please share any techniques that you think that will be useful for me to improve on my crafting. And please subscribe. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.